Welcome to my first blog post about self-love. Many of us are born with the wrong idea of self-love. We love ourselves and reward ourselves when we do something good, and we punish ourselves and we stop loving ourselves when we think we've done something bad. What I've learned, and I'm at the outset of my own self-love journey still, is that the basics of self-love are to love ourselves with the same strength and passion no matter what we've done, no matter what we're doing, and to stop judging ourselves for results and just to stay continually positive and in a real state of self-appreciation and sincere love of what we actually are. And I've learned that there's 4 steps that you can take if you're also someone that wakes up every morning and maybe doesn't truly love who they are, what they think they're becoming, any other voices in your head that aren't telling you that you're perfect as you are and that you're perfectly on your path to fulfill your own mission, whatever it may be. I think all of us understand the only way any of us are going to fulfill our missions is if we are able to develop a true sense of self-love so that we can go through life in a positive state and share more of ourselves with others to truly create a special experience for ourselves and our shared experience with others on the planet. So the first step is to become aware of your inner voice. Now that inner voice is something that is speaking to us all day long. So when you wake up, the first thing you do is you look in the mirror and listen to what your voice is saying. Is your voice saying, "I look so ugly this morning, I'm never going to be accepted by anyone"? Is your voice saying, "I woke up like this, I'm flawless"? What is that inner voice saying? Before we can make any changes or become aware of ourselves, we need to recognize what that voice is saying. What is that voice saying when maybe you're mean to someone throughout the day? Do you begin to punish yourself? What about when someone's mean to you? Do you begin to punish them and then yourself in your mind? You have to catch what that voice is saying, what you've been programmed to feel along your day. Whether it's that you're feeling lazy at the moment, are you judging yourself for that feeling? Or are you accepting it in yourself and trying to figure out why you feel that way? So become aware of that inner voice is the very first step towards developing self-love. The second step, once you are aware of that voice, is to take control of that voice. So, for example, if you're going through your day and you find yourself in a situation where you're judging yourself and you're being harsh on yourself and you're being critical of yourself, you need to immediately recognize that voice and say, "Cancel, cancel, cancel, cancel. That's no longer me." And you replace that voice with something that's supportive, encouraging, and loving and nurturing to your inner being. So if you do something stupid or you make a mistake and you start berating yourself and punishing yourself on the inside for being stupid, for being unworthy, for being whatever it is that someone along the way has programmed you to think, immediately catch it. You're literally reprogramming the physical aspects of your body and the way your nerves interact with one another. And you are now taking control of setting your own system. And the more clearly and more positively you can start to build a better system within yourself. You may feel odd at first, stopping yourself when you make a mistake to say, "I'm not an idiot. I'm just learning, and there's no way I could have gotten that right the first time. But now that I know, I'm going to focus more the next time and I'm going to get it right. I'm going to improve, I'm going to learn because I'm worth it, I'm smart, and and I am totally, continually improving as a life being on this planet. So even though you might not believe it at first, if you initiate that conversation with yourself, you eventually stick with it. You'll be able to catch yourself more often and more clearly, and eventually you'll become neutral, not believing, not disbelieving these new programmed rules for yourself. And eventually, if you keep at it, and it doesn't take that long, your mind will begin to believe the positive affirmations that you have built yourself back up with, and that will become the person who you are. You will improve. You will stop making the same mistakes. You will get better and better. You will not be afraid to fail. So, number one, recognize what the innate voice is in you, regardless of how it's been built over your past. And number two, take control of that voice and replace it with something that's going to help you become your highest self. You only have one life. You might as well start programming yourself to be your best right now and keep at it every day, and soon it will just become part of you rather than a chore. The third step is to treat yourself like a child. We think of yourself not with judgment, but merely that all of us are vulnerable creatures here on this planet. We were born wanting to love and craving real love from others. Everything else kind of just gets in the way. And for many of us, many of those needs were unmet when we were young and still remain within us today. So try not to judge yourself too harshly for what you've been through in life or what your situation is right now and all of the minor details. Remember that at your core, you're just a creature who wants love, who wants to be loved, and that's how you're approaching your life. You'll stop judging yourself, and some clarity will start to emerge, remembering to respect yourself and really putting yourself in situations so that you can allow that child within you to be loved, and you'll start to attract the feelings and the desires and the connections that you've always hoped for. Now you've opened yourself up to it without judgment, and you'll immediately feel the joys that the pleasures of shared love and experience with others can offer. Now again, I have to say that I'm on my own journey, and by no means am I an expert in this field, but I'm sharing the basics of what I've learned, and I know that if I stick with them and you stick with them, that we will both be able to share more of our loving selves with each other and with the world as we grow and evolve. And the last step of the basics is to truly love yourself both emotionally and physically. Love is a feeling, but love is also a verb. It's the action of doing. So it's important not to ignore or repress doing the things that truly make us happy, that we love doing. And many of the examples were to paint, or to draw, or to write, or to play music, or to sing, or to dance, or to go out for dinner on your own and enjoy a night out. So I've only got a few minutes with you guys today, and I thought that, or cook yourself a healthy meal. I cook myself a healthy meal often, so today, to evoke feelings of love, I thought I would draw a picture, so I could draw of me listening to some of my favorite music and eating a delicious snack. So here goes. So there you have it. I encourage you to try something that gives you feelings of love today, whether it's a combination of things or just a simple activity that takes you out of your regular mindset and truly divulges into your passions, your interests, and you just treat yourself with genuine love, affection, and care, as you would a child, as you would a loved one. It's important, probably the most important thing that you can do is to look inwards and feel yourself joyous, feel yourself as love. No one else is going to do it for you. You're responsible and capable of loving yourself, growing in self-love. And if you make a practice of this every day or as often as you can, you'll only find that there's benefits for yourself, for all your loved ones, and for your general experience on the planet. So I encourage you to post your experiences below and stay tuned for the next episode of self-help, self-love, self-nourishment. I know I'm looking forward to it. I already feel better, and hopefully hopefully next time it won't take chocolate to give me feelings of love, but who knows, maybe that's the best medicine there is. So namaste, have a wonderful day, whether it's the morning, afternoon, or evening. I appreciated you spending this time with me. My name is Joseph, and I look forward to connecting next time.